Good morning, students. Today we are going to see Standard 8th Geography, Chapter number 10, Field Trip. Let's start with it. The field trip is an important method of geography. Through field trips, one can get a first-hand experience of geographical factors and processes. Geographical concepts can be understood. Geographical field trips are useful for understanding the relationship between man and environment. It is essential to plan the field trips according to the topic, place, and duration of the visit. So, as field trip, it is an important method to know about geography and to know the relation between man and environment. So, as to understand the geographical concepts and to understand what is geography, the field trips are important. One of the most important objectives of the field trip is to pay a visit to an office in order to understand the kind of work done there. So, as what is the main objective of having a field trip? So, as if we will visit an office, so we can collect the more information about that office, how the office work or how the work is done in that office. Different types of information are collected during a field trip. For this purpose, a questionnaire is prepared. After compiling the information, a report is prepared. So as after the field visit, when the field visit is over, after that period or before it, a questionnaire is prepared and the answers are found during the or to be sorted down during the field trip. And a questionnaire which is prepared that should be asked to the head of the office or to the people near to that office to collect the information. And after completing this all things, the information should be written in as a report and that should be submitted, so that it will give us the detailed information when the field trip was taken place, what time it was, which date it was, to which place we had visited, what we had information we had collected from that office or from that place. That all we will come to know from the report which will be prepared. Preparation for the field trip. So what preparation we have to do? Let's see. A copy of the questionnaire, a notebook, camera, pen, pencil, etc. are an essential part of the kit. Prior permission should be obtained from the concerned office before fixing the date and the time of the visit. Care should be taken not to damage anything during the course of the field trip. In this lesson, a sample questionnaire regarding a visit to the election office has been provided. Please go through this questionnaire. This kind of questionnaire is used for obtaining information from an office. On the basis of the following questions, you can prepare your own questionnaire for a visit to the following places. Example, Talati's office or a visit to a small scale industry. So what is important, what preparations we have to do? We have to prepare a questionnaire. We need a notebook, we need camera, pen, pencil, scale, maps, different kit, medical kit. This all are the preparation which should be done before going towards the field trip. And what we have to do whenever we are going to at a place, we have to take care that we should not harm that place. And one by one, we have to collect the answers of the questions which we had prepared before the field trip. Let's see one questionnaire that is on the election division office. They had prepared what type of questions we can ask during a field visit. That type of questions, total 27 questions they had given. Let's see what questions can be asked during a field visit to a election division office. Name of the office. What is the designation of the chief at this place? What are the different duties performed by this office? Who directs the work carried out in the election division? Which are the various elections conducted through this office? From where do they get the additional manpower required during election? How many days prior to election is the notice given? How does the work of enlisting new voters and updating the electoral list? who conducts the training programs for the election? Which are the licenses issued by the office during election? How many people are appointed at the polling center during voting? When is the voting of the official appointed for election duty taken and how? What are the timings of the voting? Is the timing of the voting extended under special circumstances? What efforts are taken to make the process of voting transparent? Tell the advantages, disadvantages of voting machine. How are voting machine obtained? Since when are the voting machine being used? What action needs to be taken if the voting machine becomes faulty? How was voting conducted earlier? The code of conduct is applicable for how many days before and after the election? Which departments do you seek help from to conduct the election? In which circumstances are by-elections held? What do you do if the candidates get equal votes? Who declares the end result of the election in the public? Does the office maintain records of the earlier elections? Do you issue certificates to the elected candidates? Who signs these certificates? These all are the questions which can be asked when we will go to a election division office as a field trip or as a field visit. This type of questionnaire can help us to collect a detailed information about any place. So this questionnaire is related to election division office. You can also prepare a questionnaire for Talati office or to any small industry or small scale industries or any factory or of any other place. Report writing. After you collect information from the office you visited, you have to write a report. You can use the maps, tables and layouts, graphs, pictures and photographs for the same. So as report writing. What is report writing? Whenever we go to any place, when we collect information and depending on few points, when we prepare a report with the help of different layouts, different maps, different pictures, this will help us to prepare the report. Here are the following points which can be helpful for writing a report writing. First one, introduction, personnel working in the office, nature of work in the office, problems encountered, solutions, acknowledgement, list of references. Present the report in the class, either in individual or in a group. So these all are the 6 points which can be used to prepare a report. So in this way we had completed this chapter, field trip. Here few pictures they had given, you can see. Visit to the election office. Here the person is giving information about the election division office and some students are sitting in front of him. Again, electronic voting machine. How it is, you can see from the picture. Sample of the electoral roll. This is sample copy of electoral roll. Map of the electoral constituency. So this will help while preparing the report writing. So in this way we had completed this chapter, field trip. In this we had seen field trip, it is an essential part for the study of geography. Also we had seen it is not only helps us to understand the geographical concepts, but it also helps in understanding the relation between man and environment. Field trip to an office has an objective to understand the work done over there. And also we had studied here, in order to collect information during a field trip, a questionnaire has to be prepared beforehand. And after gathering information during the trip, it has to be presented in the form of a report. These were the highlights of this chapter. So in this way we had completed this chapter. Read this once again. Check all the questions which they had given, which can be a questionnaire for the election division office. Few questions depending on this chapter I am going to give you. As we are not having exercise for this chapter, I will provide you few questions. You have to complete that question and answers. That's all for today. Thank you.